Hello, man. Now I can't sleep. I mean, I'm glued on my laptop checking out what comes out when, and on my phone, like people send me connects, like listen to this thing, and I'm like, whoa, it's getting crazy out here. It's your boy Ambassador doing his review thing once again, sticking to his Champion League of Africa narrative. It's crazy. So it has been going like it's not a matter of hours here. I mean, like, I'm shocking. B already has like three more diss tracks in his arsenal waiting for Mex Cortez to just breathe out. And Mex Cortez also has his own arsenals loaded waiting for King B to just breathe out. I mean, like, it's getting crazy on the whole African hip hop landscape right now. So, as I said, I told the fans and the whoever that it's going to get crazy. Some of the craziest matchups is when we have the smaller teams like the Portos, the Villarreals, the Lyon in the Champions League, where they don't come to that stage that often. So once they have that attention, they give it their best. It's a life and death matter. So I told them, like, now the King B the King B Mex Cortez matchup is going to be one of the craziest. And no doubt, I mean, they're proving me right all the way. This is the nastiest, clowniest, most original, traditional beef kind of situation we've had in Africa. I've been following beef from Pac Biggie, Nas, Jay Z, 50, Ja Rule. Coming to Africa, we have had MI, who started the local Nigerian beef between MI and Vector from his whole cipher thing, and then Vector had his own backclashes with MI, with the whole from the Viper to the Purge to everything that went down in Nigeria. It was beef, but we have not seen beef this nasty, clowning, original like what we had. I remember when I'm listening to it, I'm already picturing, like, when we get the gunshots, I think of what Black Child and Jaru did towards G Unit, where it was like, whoa, gunshots. I thought of Ether between Jay-Z and Nas, where Nas came with Ether with the gunshots. So it was like going down memory lane of the beef moments I've been opportune to witness in the years, man. So it was crazy when I first heard the whole. Like, Eminem jumped in on the 50 Cent Jaro beef, and Eminem took some crazy shot at and all these other guys, Jaro and other guys here. So when I was listening to this track, when I heard Mex Cortez thing first, I was like, whoa, it was crazy. It was a typical Eminemish, crazy, wild, nasty beef with a lot of drama in it, storytelling and everything. And then if you listen to my review on King B, I felt like he was going easy on the guy. It was a call out, it was not a diss track. So I was not very comfortable. I was not comfortable. I felt like it was not hard enough even for the call out thing. Then all of a sudden, after Mex Cortez declared war openly and then came nasty, King B came back with something crazier. I mean, it's official, man. I feel like Mex Cortez has just been officially deported to India. Most of the lines he didn't give the guy breathing space. It was always lines taking him back to India, being the wannabe Mexican but claiming to be African. It was all those lines all throughout the diss track, man. Even after listening to this review, go back and listen to these things over and over again, so you see the things I'm trying to point out. This is some of those, like, I can throw this in the face of any American who knows the whole beef culture thing. It has every aspect of beef. It has all of those things of. So I'm not just looking, because I feel like if your opponent gives the world a heavy blow, it motivates you to give it an even heavier blow. So your opponent brings out the best in you. And as I said, when I'm going through my whole champion narrative, I say such battles push rappers to get better, and then they learn one or two things, and then later on they become better in their whole craft of rapping. So this is the best I've had from King B. Although it's a diss track, but for me, the wordplay, the poetic license things he was playing with, the similes he threw out there, the punchlines he was putting in between, the connections he was making in his flow, it's crazy. So when I go into the details, you really see what I'm talking about. I'm crazy excited. I wish you guys could see the smile on my face when I'm talking about this. I'm so happy right now. Yeah. So King B started with the whole lines of opening warning shots, the official message. He titles the song Beach Cortez. It's a 4-minute song. In bracket, Mex Cortez. The cover art is some Indian looking stuff, like clowning him being Indian from the cover art. You can see that. He starts by saying He clowns his whole Africanness, and what does he know about? So he said the guy says he's African, but he's not even African. So what does he know about the West? Um, he's so scared to call out rappers' name. Like King has always made allusion to this whole fact of calling out countries of calling out rappers. If you call out a particular rapper, he comes at you, but it's kind of vague when you just go out the country. It could be everybody, it could be nobody, yeah. But if you are courageous enough, call a particular rapper. If you think you can match this guy's skills, go at him and he'll come back at you, and then you guys see who's the best. So now, yeah, he said that, and then Mex Cortez said, okay, you want to get names? Mex Cortez called him, and then even threw some passing shots at Cal De Niro, and then King B has come back now like, okay, you're even scared to call rappers, you're a girl, you need a skirt, yeah, and then you're not even African, so you should not be talking about the West or the East because you're not even African. And then he says, okay, for those who say you are good, I mean, I'm one of those who feel like this guy has got good rap technique, Mex Cortez has got good rap technique. So he said, like, for those who think you are good, let's put you to the test now, yeah. So he said, I know you can't see me. You keep on saying you cannot see me. So I mean, Mex Cortez said it's not like tit for tat, but I felt like he was doing tit for tat because he was responding to each and every line from some of King B's interview things and some of his diss track things. But now King B is not going to be tit for tat. He's going to be tit for tat. So he's firing every, like, doing like 3 lines to answer each one of Mex Cortez lines. And then so he said, well, you say you can't see me, yeah, because Mex Cortez threw some lines. So he said, you say you can't see me, but listen, this is my repertoire, yeah, this is what I've got. I did this, I have more views than you, I have more following and all of that. So he said, yeah, you say you can't see me, but I know you have the whole eye problem thing, so you need your lenses to see, that's why you can't see me. So he was seeing like, it's not seeing like not seeing physically, but like you can't see me, and then you can't see me too because I'm far gone like that, because you can't see me, so you need your lenses here. And then he said, I'm not, so he said, you can see me, you need your lenses, I'm not to be effed with like a girl in her menses. The rhyme scheme thing, they're going all through the song, is playing with this rhyme scheme. He said, King B just went, so I felt like King B went gangster on this one. It's no, he did a lot of clowning, but a lot of gangster too, like warning shots. I could go physical, the shooting things, threatening and everything. He went gangster on this one, yeah. Mex Cortez has always said he's the bully. He has done a song Bully in all of his tracks, from the diss track to King B, and the shots he took at the various countries, the Magara Legacy thing. He always mentioned like he's the bully, he's bullying people left and right. King B said, you're not a bully, man. Cortez, you're not a bully, you're so girly. That's start looking at his physical thing, yeah. He's girly, as King B is saying. Storm is over, no R. Kelly, yeah. So he mentioned something about storm is over, like these fans bring the storm over, but no R. Kelly. Wordplay kind of thing. Double layers to it, storm over, R. Kelly. We know R. Kelly did the song Storm is Over. And then he said, still he will not let the guy breathe the whole Indian thing coming at his face. We know it's something the guy's even said in this interview, people clowning him like he does not look African, but he says he's half Indian and he's half African. People keep throwing it back to his face, the whole thing of being Indian. So he said, you fell from Philly, you're not king in the West, you're king of New Delhi. New Delhi is over in India. So he said, you're not king in the West, man, you're from India, you should be the king in New Delhi. So run back home, you slumdog millionaire. So you know, like Slumdog Millionaire, literal, I mean, like, this is a well scripted diss track. So it builds from line by line, and then he has the connects in what he's saying, and then if you picture it, if you know the various things he's talking about, you'll see what he's talking about. Like, if you have watched Slumdog Millionaire, a lot of instances you could see those Indian poor kids running through the ghetto, trying to run back home. They're stolen, or some cops are trying to get them or something, and then they are running back home through the ghetto. There are a lot of those drone shots where you could see the kids running through the ghetto, going back home. So he's actually telling him to run back home. He's a Slumdog Millionaire, run back home to his ghetto somewhere in New Delhi. And then so he's not saying like he's a millionaire, he's a slumdog millionaire. So he's a poor kid, he should run back home, literally run back home. Then he said, get off your high horse. So because if you notice, Mex Cortez came at King B from some level of superior guy, so saying he's better than him lyrically and everything, he's better placed, better following, more exposure, more connects and all of that. So he's not on the same level with King B. So King B tells him to get off his high horse, but now he's not getting off the horse, he should get on a donkey. Donkey is still making allusion to the whole Indian thing of, like, you know, Indians ride donkeys, it's like a commercial means, they ride elephants and donkeys and things. So He said you go get a donkey, yeah. And then yeah, but I think donkey too will be more related even like to the Mexican things, because Mexicans do a lot of donkeys with the Mexican hats. You see them on their donkeys doing their arriba things, yeah. So it could be Indian, it could be, it's more of Mexican, yeah, because he's like, he threw lines at him saying he's actually an Indian, but he's a Mexican wannabe, but he's claiming to be African. So it's crazy that, like, it's a guy who just has a multiple identity. He does not know exactly who he is. He has a identity crisis kind of thing from what King B is painting. With both hands tied to my back, I'll whoop you, boy. I mean, like, I said it before. I mean, like, King B looks very physical here. So being the gatekeeper, man, it's crazy. You don't want to come close, so the whole this thing is going, but don't go physical, man. It's crazy. I know, like, in America they go physical, but in Africa we should just let it end lyrical, nothing physical, because, man, King B could kill people, massive damage on your face there, yeah. So he said, I'll whoop you with my hands tied to my back. I mean, even lyrically, maybe that's what he's also trying to say, like, hands tied to my back, I'll kill you lyrically or physically. Either way, I'll kill you, man. I'll whoop your ass. Then now he went to the wordplay part, which I really liked, where he said, you use terms to disrespect nations, but put it together, termination. Terms, nations. So if you put terms and nations together, that gives you termination. So witness your termination. Then he went to say Eminem, with an imitation. So using the word Eminem to get an imitation of Eminem is an imitation. And then he said, but he said he will not let him in this Trump immigration. So I'll not let you in Trump immigration. So if you know, like, he's going with the narrative like the guy is a Mexican and Mexicans want to go in, and Trump says Mexicans are not going to go in, so he will not let him win. So he's with the Trump immigration policy of not letting Mexicans in, building the walls and everything to keep the Mexicans away. So if this guy is a Mexican, he will not let him win Trump immigration. So it's crazy lines here, yeah. Then he went to drop Swahili on the guy. You know, I always get excited when he drops Swahili. So much energy in the Swahili. I couldn't understand what he's saying, but I could just tell, like, he's killing this guy in these lines, man. The energy is coming with the flow with it and everything. Swahili flow. So it's like, if anybody does not understand, if anybody from your area, Kenya, East Africa, whatever, they don't understand what I'm saying, I'll say it in Swahili. If I must do sign language or some dumb thing, if you don't understand, just so you understand my dissing and my flow and the message I'm sending to you, I'll use sign language to tell, like, man, don't mess with this 237. I'll kill you out here. So that's what he's saying. And then he went on to say, your Africa is deaf on you, so African does not hear what you're saying. Africa Def Jam on you. That's why you're jealous of a kid who is signed to Def Jam. That seems to, I always say King B is a strategic guy. He's trying to clear his alliance, like, okay, now I'm going crazy on East Africa and you on your thing, but more on you though, not East Africa, because King B says he never goes at countries or anything, but I'm still cleaning my alliance. You insulted Nasty C, so I'm making South Africans my friends, and I'm making West Africans my friends who are already my people, yeah. And then he goes all crazy on him, saying he even goes nasty, personal and all thing, talking about his girlfriend and blah blah. I don't want to repeat the lines about the girlfriend thing, but he said the whole how can I call it, identity crisis thing, where he said you said you're the Grim Reaper, right? He did the whole clowning. So if you listen to the Mex Cortez, he did a lot of drama play thing there, where they acted out King B in the gym and then confused, not knowing it was an MC, and then mixing up gym bars and rap bars. And then now he said, okay, he did his own clowning thing of him calling up like a heavy manly voice, calling up an Indian scared guy, and it's like, okay, what are you, who are you, this guy? And the guy was like, he's African, but he thinks he's African, but he's half Indian, but he loves to be Mexican. So there's all that mixture of Indian, wanna be African, but Indian but says he's African but wants to be Mexican wanna be, and all of that. So I guess it's the whole identity crisis thing. So he said, you cannot win this one, man. You cannot kill. You are like a bullet. You cannot kill. You are like a misused trigger, so you cannot get no win. There's no kill to your own bullet. And then he comes hard at him, like his body weight. He claims to, like, if you listen to the Mex Cortez this, he said he does not think King B is worth him shooting a video for a diss track with King B. He's not worth his money. He's not worth the time, and he does not want that kind of traffic or the money, views and things that's going to come with it. on his channel or on his line because King B is not worth it, so he will not do a video for it. So he just did a studio thing. But King B is like, no man, it's not like I'm not worth it. It's just because you ran out of money, you don't have the money to do this. And then so I'm just listening to the crazy lines. I really like this because they went all nasty, digging up dirt on people, going line by line. Like this man says one, you go 1+0.5. You contest each line and disprove each thing he said. So it's getting really interesting. I mean, like this is one of those beefs I could really pay an entrance fee to go watch this beef if it was a face-to-face kind of thing. This is crazy. I mean, like in my Ghanaian voice, I'll be like, this is crazy, Charlie. And in my Nigerian voice, I'll be like, someone cannot play with you, bros. Why? This is nasty, man. So he went was like, you think you shady to be Eminem, so shady Eminem, but you're instead candy, a handful of Eminem. So for those who know, shady aftermath is the union between Eminem and Dr. Dre. So you say you are shady, that's Eminem, and then they also call him like Slim Shady. So you think you are shady Eminem, but no, you're like a handful of candy Eminem. So we've heard that a lot in rap things against Eminem, but you feel like he played really here like M&M's, the whole chocolate thing. So candy sweets, yeah. So you're not hard, you're not shady, man. Shady, you're nothing shady, you're just candy. You're just a sweet little guy. Then he went back to his 40% body fat. He's out of shape. He's proud to be out of shape. What does he think he's doing? Then he said, okay, now we're done with the present situation of the dissing. Let's go to the aftermath. So we're bringing Dre in. If you know English, in dictionary wise, aftermath means like what happens after the events, like the trouble here, what happens aftermath. But also Dr. Dre had his label called the aftermath thing. So when they did the shady aftermath, Dr. Dre's label is called aftermath. So he brought aftermath and he's talking about the aftermath of this. He went on to say, after, so I'll bring in Dre. So let him tell the continent why he's so feminine. Yeah. So now after all this is said and done, tell the continent why you look so feminine. Maybe there's something in the closet here which you're not telling us. Why do you look so feminine? Yeah. You talked about Mex Cortez mentioned him getting kicked out since he said Mex Cortez was a shoe, but he'll use that to kick him out of his label. So he said nobody can kick me out of this because I own this label. I call shots in here, so not just call like call shots of giving orders, but call like really on the call, giving on the phone, making the call, calling the shots here. I'm on the phone with my boy Rush, which is like he's the manager, and I think he has some ownership things in the label they have with King B. He mentioned his label and he said he's on his phone with his boy. They are running things together, and then he went out to the line where Mex Cortez said, "You are calling me an Indian, but you're the one who is giving praises to a cow." That's Cow De Niro is calling a cow because people make fun of Cow De Niro as being a cow, and then he said, "Yeah." He claims it here. He said that's an Eminem strategy of claiming your weaknesses and saying, yeah, I claim it. I'm friends with the cow, give praises to the cow guy, and I have a song with him. But you are riding Calligraph Jones D, but you don't have a song with him. The guy is giving you very minimal attention here. And then he also, and I said that's King B still being strategic here. Fine-tuning and claiming his alliances here. He's saying, so I'm good with Cal, I have a song with him, but you claim to be Calligraph Jones, but you know song to show for it. He goes on to say he rocks with Black Blue Entertainment, that's Cal De Niro's label and everything, and that's why he has great mad fans in Sierra Leone because he claims alliances and he's proud to be with the Sierra Leonean guys and from Cameroon though. Then he went on to say, well, so he said he rocks with the guys. He went to leave some so should I call it clowning questions, saying you should tell the people between you at the end, why do you say I'm feminine, calling me Queen B? Who looks more feminine? Who has man boobs? I mean, it's crazy lines here. And then he said he still has, because this guy went on to say he because he's a whack rapper, he could not mention any favorite line when he was in his interview where he said all his lines, he cannot mention any favorite line. So he said, yeah, he still has no favorite line. Let the fans do that. He just drops the lines because all his lines are favorites depending on who is listening to what line. So he has no favorite line. Let the fans do the talking on what's the favorite line. He does not have a favorite line. So that's just shots taking everything, mad crazy shots at Mex Cortez. I mean, like if you listen to the first the call out, the review I did on the call out, I felt like it was weak coming back from the depending on the nasty thing which Mex Cortez was putting out there. And I knew Mex Cortez was going to be nasty, so now this is something. It is dean of the battleground, and I stand behind this. I feel like, well, this is an epic battle which will be listed when we'll be doing a documentary of the history of hip hop and the whole beef culture thing in Africa. This is one of those turning points which will be mentioned. Like, man, people might be sleeping on this, but people will catch up on it 3 years down the line. Be like, woo, we missed out on something crazy out here, man. So it's your boy Ambassador, crazy excited on the beefy climate in Africa right now. I'm out.